The USAID Resilient Waters program aimed to build more resilient and water-secure Southern African communities and ecosystems through improving management of transboundary natural resources and increasing access to safe drinking water and sanitation services. The geographic focus was on the Limpopo River Basin, home to 18 million people living in parts of South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique. The Okavango River Basin, with its population of 1 million people in Angola, Namibia, and Botswana, and in the Buzi, Pungwe, and Save Tri-Basin, with a population of 5.5 million people across parts of Zimbabwe and Mozambique. Overlaying the Limpopo and Okavango River Basins, the program also worked in the Great Limpopo Transfrontier Conservation Area and the Kavango-Zambezi Transfrontier Conservation Area. These videos introduce some of the Resilient Waters grantees and the progress that was made within the 5-year program period from 2018 to 2023.
So my name is Graham McCulloch. I'm a director of the EcoExist Trust. It's based in the Okavango Delta, northwestern Botswana. So EcoExist focuses on addressing human-elephant conflict and promoting human-elephant coexistence. The Okavango Delta is a hotspot for human-wildlife conflict. Basically, a lot of rural subsistence farmers living around the Okavango Delta come in direct contact and compete for the same resources with many wildlife species and elephants included. And it's an area that contains part of the largest population of elephants in the world. So the USAID funded project really focuses on an integrated approach to building resilience amongst subsistence arable farmers. Most people rely on subsistence farming in the area, in the rural areas around Okavango. And so building resilience means, when it comes down to it, practically building knowledge among farmers on methods that they can use to protect their fields and make it safer for themselves to walk around when they're confronting elephants. But also means building a farming practice that is more resilient to climate change, to the impacts of human-elephant conflict. Yeah, one of the biggest successes of the project that has been funded by USAID has been piloting a very unique and innovative approach to addressing one of the underlying drivers of human-wildlife conflict, and that is land use conflicts. So in order to address that, we looked at how could we avoid placing farmers in key elephant habitats, because up to the point of the project starting, there wasn't really a mechanism that guided land allocation in terms of whether a farmer's field was inside an elephant corridor or not. And so we piloted a project that used LUCIS, which is a land use conflict identification system. It's a model, it's a GIS model, mapping model, that actually puts all of the land uses and all of the potentially future land use allocations into a model that assesses where these land use conflicts will or quite likely occur. And included in that are these key elephant corridors that we've identified over many years of research. And with that evidence, we could really justify to the land authority that by considering these major elephant corridors, these major movement routes in land allocation processes, we could avoid placing farmers in high conflict areas. And that has been successful. And now, through the Resilient Waters program, we've been scaling that up to other areas around the Okavango Delta. The best part of it is, everything we do is about working with people and, you know, building relationships, facilitating partnerships. And I think, you know, when we achieve successes, it's a collective success for everybody involved. And I think that's a really sort of, it's up there amongst, you know, job satisfaction. Also, you know, when you go to the field and you speak to farmers and you hear directly, you know, from the farmer that what you're doing is really helping them, that gives you a great sense of achievement. And so, yeah, I guess that would be some of the best parts of it, yeah.